The mission of the LRC is to advance the effective use of light. We started our mission in the very beginning. Our mission was restricted to the architectural, to the built environment, to architecture. And as we started moving outside the built environment, because we're doing work with plants, we're doing work with outdoor lighting, we do works with even, the non-visual effects of light, we ended up expanding the mission to become the effective use of light.
Lighting Research Center was founded in 1988 under a grant from the New York State Energy Research and Development Authority. The history goes back a little further than that when the utility industry, through EPRI, Electrical Power Research Institute, decided they wanted to have centers of excellence throughout the United States in different areas, power generation, HVAC. One of the areas was lighting. Long debate about where it should be and who should do it, and finally Jack White, who was president of NYSERDA, decided we're just going to do it in New York, fund it ourselves, and it was a competitive bid for all universities within New York State, and RPI won the award. Russ Leslie, who's the associate director for many years, was the principal investigator for that grant. From the very beginning, though, we decided that we wanted to not just do research, which was the primary mandate, but we wanted to create an educational program, because we always saw it as two sides of the same coin. You're doing original research, but you're also training the next generation of researchers. And so that's been the philosophy we've had at the Lighting Research Center for nearly 30 years.
The beauty about the Lighting Research Center is that we are designed to be sort of flexible and mobile. We need to be able to move and to predict what's going to happen in the future. So I think the LRC really, if you think of the LRC, you have a triangle of technology, human factors, and applications.
So it's a very healthy exchange of information between the current students, the old students, the people that came into the Lighting Research Center for technical reasons and then picked up the teaching part of that. So it's very comprehensive and at the same time very fluid. As a program, we really try to give people a broad education rather than sort of training in a particular path.
I really love the culture. When I first got hired, and I was hired from an educational field, and I had to tell Mark, I said, I know nothing about lighting. I don't know why you're hiring me, but they asked how long would I stay, and I said, well, 5 years is as long as I've ever been at any job, and I've stayed over 20. So certainly, I think the culture has had a lot to do with that, and I think the students hopefully feel the same way. We tell them when they come in, we consider you colleagues. Everybody here is on a first-name basis, and I think as you walk around, you wouldn't really be able to tell who's a student and who's a staff. Everyone really just interacts and is treated the same way.
I came to the LRC many years ago, and interestingly I found out about the LRC at an IES conference, and there was a small tabletop display where there was information about the LRC, and I found it fascinating. And then a couple of conferences later, I attended a couple of presentations by LRC faculty and staff, and I thought it was fascinating how applications had a rationale. It was not just about making something looking pretty, but it was something that you have put some thought into it. And I applied, and I came to the LRC to further my education in the Master's in Science program. The reason why I'm still here is because I find this place to be very rich professionally. Lighting cuts across many disciplines, and here we have the benefit of working with engineers, physicists, biophysicists, architects, and the whole gamut. So it's easy to go to down the hall and ask a person a question about physics, the same as going to the other side of the building and ask an architect a question. And the way that we work in projects is by putting all these minds together, so it enriches the result very much, and that's very, very fulfilling professionally.
So we care about energy efficiency, we care about people, we care about making a difference and improving people's lives and improving society. That's who we are. So one of the things that I tell every student that comes to the Lighting Research Center is it's a great place to be. It's a place where if you want to make a difference in the world, It doesn't sound like you can do much with lighting, but you'll be impressed with how much you can do with lighting. And that's what the LRC is. It's you know, we're here to make a difference in the world, and I think we are. We have been making a difference for the past 30 years, and as I said, I hope to continue for the next 30 years.